Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I am your host, Joe Zollo. We are in week 8 of the NFL season. I am back with an actual microphone and a real background this time, not in my parents' guest bedroom. Josh, Ryan, join us once again. Once again, Josh sucks on the upside. Ryan, congratulations. Finally found a winning record this week. I'm proud of him. A lot to unpack from week 7. Don't ask me about the Patriots game. I was at it. Don't want to talk about it. It's just all probably going to come up in the review from this past week. Let's just dive into it because there's a lot to unpack and a lot to get ready for in the next round of bye weeks. Welcome into No Punt Intended, presented by Club Fantasy. I am your host, Joe Zollo. Joining me as always, Goggles, Ryan Weisse. I
actually forgot I had him on. We're just gonna roll with it this week.
Just look out of place from how long I've known you.
Sports goggles. We should get him one of those pairs that wrap around his whole head.
Gogs, yeah. Should get him some gogs. Let's go.
Oh, with the Horace Grant look, is that it?
I love it.
I mean, yeah, at this point, we'll just get you a full face mask, too.
Well, I was just going to say, Josh, you are definitely showing you and I age by referencing Horace Grant instead of any of these modern players.
Yeah. Amari Stoudemire.
That would have been a good one.
Yeah.
Rodrigo Blankenship. Could have been any number of guys.
Oh, Dogs, yes, filling in for... The Cardinals finally realized Matt Amendola is a pile of dog crap, and like, oh, maybe we should sign Rodrigo Blankenship to fill in for Prater.
Well, didn't Rigo yank that one kick like all the way to the left?
No. He yeeted that kick all the way to the left. Yeeted it. It's fine. But Matt Amendola couldn't hit the broadside of the barn.
We weren't getting better for Matt Amendola.
Yeah, no. And also, it was an extra point. It was like it was a game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
Okay. 2 teams on a bye this week, Chiefs and Chargers. I mean, effective for teams that have, Kelsey, Mahomes, and Eckler.
Yeah.
Herbie hasn't done much for you, so I guess you're not really...
I'm saying you were never getting Keenan Allen back, so...
Shut up.
I'm living.
Oh, don't worry.
Keenan
Allen is a mood come week 9. Let's be honest here. No Mike Williams for 4 weeks. Shit.
No Mike Williams for 4 weeks, but in reality, it's probably till the 2025 season with how the Chargers medical staff has been.
That's true. They'll probably puncture his lung.
Well,
or an ankle injury, exactly.
If a sore hamstring sidelines you for 7 weeks, according to the Chargers medical staff, I think they need a new medical staff. I think is what they need. Okay.
Yes.
Quick injury updates. Breece Hall done for the year, torn ACL, a minor meniscus injury. Mike Williams, ankle injury, likely to keep him out 4 weeks. Njoku, ankle 2 to 5. Matt Ryan officially benched due to a lack of self-esteem and a shoulder injury. Sam Ehlinger takes over as the starting quarterback. We'll talk about him later. DK Metcalf's knee injury is considered week to week. Mac Jones will start for the Pats this Sunday. Andy Dalton named the QB for the Saints this week. Jameis Winston is healthy. And defensive news, the Eagles signed or traded for Bears defensive end Robert Quinn for a 4th-round pick.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I mean, all that just to lose in the conference finals. So tough. Really, really tough. Do I know who's going to beat them? Fuck no.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's a bold call based on the NFC right now.
Here's the thing. The NFC right now is the Eagles.
And everybody else.
Everybody else.
You
know what's sad? The Giants. And that's just not right.
They are playing well. I'm waiting for the win to come out of the sails because I know the Giants, but this obviously is a very different Giants team with Dable at the helm.
No. I'm still I'm still on the Miami sucks train, which hello, Tua, garbage still. Did not look good. You can't tell me he looked good on Sunday. He looked terrible on Sunday Night Football. And the Steelers, and they were 9-0. No one wanted to listen. Dog shit team, 1st round knock. I think the Giants might be a first round knock because they're obviously, well, I say obviously, they're probably going to come in second in the division.
What's
Who
funny
knows?
is I wouldn't even, if the NFC weren't in the state that it's currently in, I wouldn't even be surprised to see the Giants collapse and not make the playoffs, but they've probably already won enough games to make the fucking playoffs.
Are you kidding me?
NFC.
Yes.
You're not wrong. Honestly, this year's Giants team reminds me a little bit of the Eagles from last year. Like the Eagles, obviously they had a good season, but they exceeded expectations. And then
That's the
and they got
definition of
bounced
the Giants.
by the Bucs. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like we might be seeing similar with the Giants this year. Like they're exceeding expectations, but they're going to run into a buzzsaw at some point, and we're going to realize that they're not as good as their record.
I just find it hard to believe that you can win with the wide receiver core that they have and no tight end.
With Daniel Jones at quarterback, let's be honest.
But here's the thing. Daniel Jones is doing what he's supposed to do. And I'm not saying he's good. He's certainly not, though. Good things about him may come up later in the show.
Gross.
But he's doing what he's supposed to do. But there's nobody to throw
gross.
to. Daniel Bellinger straight up got his eye broken. All bad. So
Okay, real quick, let's get this from Zach. Just traded Fournette, Rashad White, Hawkinson, and Debo for Devontae and Ertz. I don't like it.
I don't either.
I want Devontae, but I think that's a lot to give up. I mean, I kind of look at it this way: Fournette and White are one, right? Like,
yeah, the Tampa Bay
White
running
for the
back.
insurance with White, so it's basically Fournette, Debo, and Hawkinson for Devontae and Ertz. And I think when you look at it that way, it's not as bad. Like Debo's dealing with a hamstring injury. It's still Jimmy Garoppolo at quarterback. Now you're working in Christian McCaffrey. Debo's not going to get the type of rushing attempts that he did last year, which is going to ultimately deflate his value. So, I mean, I think when you look at it that way and break it down, Ertz is still going to be good. You know, without Hollywood Brown there, he's still one of the biggest mouths to feed instead of one of the three.
Well,
so
we talked about this.
I don't hate it, honestly, and Devontae is the biggest piece in this deal, in my opinion. So,
yeah, the Christian McCaffrey knocking down Debo value thing makes it make a little bit more sense. I don't love giving up running back depth at running backs at all and getting no running backs back, but I guess you've just also freed up 2 roster spots. So I don't know who you're going to be able to go get to fill those in. It's a lot, but it's probably not the wrong call because Debo and Christian McCaffrey are going to have to figure out a way to coexist. So
correct.
I mean, you gave away the only good thing that's happening in Tampa Bay, and that's Leonard Fournette. So, yeah.
But even if it's the only good thing, does that make it a great thing?
Yeah. The best turd is still a turd.
Some turds can be nice.
I agree. And there's still a turd.
You're not telling me you never like stood up, turned around and said, well, that's nice.
I just love that we just called the guy who got 8 carries for 19 yards the best thing that's happening in Tampa Bay right now. So,
I can't take it off. I can't take it off. Okay, there we go. Okay, Zach says he still has Henry, Saquon's. Yeah, you're fine. Okay, great.
Good Lord.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine. You're fine. You're great. Yeah, good trade then. I mean, at that point, you have. Yeah.
You're getting one of the top 6 wide receivers in fantasy right now.
I want to give kudos to our listeners and hopefully our readers. I feel like we get told by so many of our people that they have Khalil Herbert on their roster. And I was shocked that he was available in like 50% of fantasy leagues when I was writing my article this week. I don't understand. Like David Montgomery comes back and we're just done with Khalil Herbert when he has clearly performed as the better back. And are we sure David Montgomery is going to stay healthy for an entire season? And the answer is very clearly no. So kudos to you for having Herbert, and kudos, like I said, I see it from a bunch of our people that they have Herbert on their roster. So nice job.
Yeah. All right, let's get through some more of these before we head into the upsides here. Elixirs, 1-6 with ETN, Mixon, Kamara, B-Rob as the running back room. He's got Olave, Kirk, Cooks, Wandale Robinson, wide receiver. Need to start 2 running backs, 3 receivers. Who do I trade and target? Standard Peeper? What? That contradicts itself.
Right. I mean, it's Elixirs. We know it's a standard.
We know it's standard.
Yeah.
It's funny. We were busting his balls about his running backs earlier this season, but now with ETN essentially being by himself, and then Mixon and B-Rob are looking quite nice. if I'm getting rid of somebody in the running back room, I might want to move Kamara and try to get another running back and another wide receiver. Your wide receivers are give and take for standards. Cooks, you just don't know what you're getting. Olave is a stud. If you watched that Thursday game last week, Olave is a stud. Like, I love that kid. Kirk is kind of hit and miss right now. So if you could take Kamara and turn him into a wide receiver, hopefully with another running back on the way back, that's what I would look to do. So
honestly, what I would do with running backs, start targeting people that need running backs and be like, hey, if you could trade for one of my running backs, who would you trade for? That's and ultimately just kind of see who people are valuing more. Like, I've been getting a lot of dynasty questions about Brian Robinson. Like, people are really into Brian Robinson right now. I don't know how that feeling is in redraft leagues, but apparently people in dynasty want him.
Well, he was available in more than 50% of leagues. I was going to say.
Exactly. Like, I mean, Kamara, honestly, I would try to move Mixon, really. I mean, this is a terribly inefficient year for him, and he's getting bailed out by touchdowns. And, I mean, I'm sure maybe it'll keep him afloat as a top 10 guy, but Kamara is a top 10 guy without touchdowns. So just imagine when he starts scoring said touchdowns. I know the situation there is terrible with the quarterbacks, but I think I would try to move Mixon just because he's on that level of, like, he's already there and he's on that offense that people want a piece of. So if you could package Mixon and just use like the early season success of Kirk, and maybe you could go get, I don't know, who's a top 10 wide receiver right now that you think you could possibly get?
Keenan Allen.
I said top 10 wide receiver right now.
He's not quite
Jacoby
top
Meyer.
10, but he's playing that way. T. Higgins would be a guy you could target in a situation like that.
You could get T. Higgins. I mean, you could even look at shoot for the moon. Go try to get a CD Lamb. Try to get a
CD Lamb,
Tyreek Hill, a Jalen Waddle. Maybe he's RB or wide receiver 7 right now.
Mike Evans.
Who knows? A lot of times people are willing to give up that high end wide receiver just to get some type of stability at running back.
You know, it could be a good one. AJ Brown. AJ Brown managers have to be frustrated, but I feel like especially in a standard league, that's a good play.
There you go.
I don't have any more to add. Fuck Kamara, so just get rid of him. That's where I'm at with Alvin Kamara. I just hate him. So, Dice Dealer, he's here to anger me apparently in a standard. Olave, DJ Moore, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Brandon Cooks, Scary, Terry. I mean, I'm just gonna say probably for everyone, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown and Chris Olave if they're
100%.
both healthy.
Yep. And they said Amon-Ra did not have a concussion. There's no reason to think he won't play this week.
Yeah. I'm
Great.
also
So
very
why
high on
take him out?
DJ Moore this week.
It's the Tua Tagovailoa rule. He got pulled out by the independent guy, and once you're pulled out, you can't go back in.
Fuck you, Miami.
I'm also very high on DJ Moore this week. So if you don't trust Olave with
yeah, it could be fun. I just don't expect him to score again.
Against Atlanta this week. Do you know how bad their secondary is?
Yep, but I also know who DJ Moore is and PJ Walker is. So.
Well, PJ Walker, God, excuse me. Okay, GOAT. PJ Walker, Jesus.
Obviously.
Yeah. Trade away Cook and Debo for ETN and Najee.
I wouldn't want Najee, but I'm all about getting ETN.
No, don't make that trade. Cook and Debo.
Agreed. Do not make that trade.
Yeah.
From Robot, drop Jamo for
Williams.
That's what I thought. Jameson Williams. Yes. He's not playing.
So I'm assuming there's no IR spot in this league.
He's not playing.
Yeah, I mean, if there's no IR spot, then yeah. I mean, if Wandell can help you now, then
they're saying it's another. They're saying 4 weeks now.
4 weeks. No one's gonna rush to pick up and if they do, who
anybody
fucking
who reads
cares?
my shit will.
Who cares if they do? Who cares?
But if there's no IR, you can't hold him right now.
Yeah.
So yes.
You know what? You know what's funny? Remember how Ryan said he would like never put Jared Goff on his stream of the week list anymore because he's a dog shit quarterback.
And I stopped all last year. And
you stopped all last year, and then you put him back on your stream of the week this year, and now he sucks.
Okay, he didn't suck the week I picked him, and I didn't pick him last week when he did suck. So didn't even make the top 5 last week. Oh, wait, yeah, he did. Never mind.
Yeah. So made your stream of the week list last week.
I just want to throw out He has been my stream of the week twice this year. Scored 15 one week and 41 the other week when he was my stream of the week. So shut up, Joe.
Still a dog shit quarterback. Get out.
I agree. He's trash. That's why he's a streamer.
And what does he do with Elijah Mitchell? I mean, kiss him on the mouth and say thanks for your service. Goodbye.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. Again, this boils down to if you have an IR spot or not. I'm fine keeping him on IR for now, just because again we know the history of Christian McCaffrey. Who knows with what the usage is? And it's always good to hold on to that like backup in case the
shop him
goes down.
Shop him to the Christian McCaffrey manager right now.
There you go. That would be the first thing I would do. But I also would not be shocked if, because Jeff Wilson has played fairly well this year, that he's basically just taken over that RB2 job, and we've seen the last of Elijah Mitchell. I'm just saying, it's very possible.
It's almost like Elijah Mitchell's not good. Okay, great.
Dude, it's Kyle Shanahan. I will never profess to know nor understand what the fuck goes through that guy's head.
And I'll give you that, but Joe's take that he's not good is just a bad take. He has looked good. He just can't stay healthy.
Well, your best ability is
availability. It's my go-to.
Correct,
I know.
Not good. From Rollins 15, how do we feel about trading Fournette, Lazard, and Brian Robinson for Aaron Jones and D-Hop in a 12-team PPR? Yes.
I don't hate it. I feel like we've probably seen the best deal for Aaron Jones.
Yeah, that's probably. I would. Jones and Fournette are relatively equal to me. Brian Robinson's value is lessened in PPR, especially with the way they're using Antonio Gibson, and D-Hop is an obvious upgrade over Allen Lazard. So yeah, I'd make that trade. Yeah, you get a roster spot.
100%. From Zachary, Alec Pierce, Paris Campbell, Marquise.
My kind of question right here.
What's just a trio of shit right here.
This is literally the waiver run. Like, so I signed all three of these guys, and now I have to play one of them.
This pissed me off. I pick up Alec Pierce because I just threw him on. I'm like, okay, maybe I need a guy, and I think someone got hurt, so I had to put Alec Pierce in. Why the fuck is Paris Campbell catching the football? Why?
Coach speak, man. Sometimes you actually got to listen to it.
Yeah. It's Paris Campbell for me. I'm all in on Paris Campbell. I am worried about the quarterback change. So I guess that could push me to Goodwin in general. It's definitely Campbell over Pierce for me right now. I would probably go Campbell in this exact situation.
Yeah, I think I'd go Campbell as well. A young quarterback, probably not looking to take a ton of deep shots, so he's going to want to keep it close. And Campbell, being the slot guy, is not going to have average a very high depth of target. So I think I'll take Campbell here too. The Giants secondary has been really well. So I think Goodwin, I think if people are rushing to get him in a lineup, it's, you're paying for last week's points and you're probably not going to get it this week. So
remember, you don't get points for last week.
Correct.
I have a grudge against Paris Campbell because I drafted him 8th overall in Dynasty, and that fucker decided to just never play.
Held on to him. It was just he
should have held on to him. Yeah, my bad. Should have held on to him for 3.5.
Paris Campbell is the new Cordero Patterson.
Listen. It's painful, okay? I let go of Rashad Penny. Thank God I drafted Kenneth Walker. Because that...
Indeed.
Guys, am I a contender in the Dynasty League? I'm really confused. Because I almost scored 200 points last week, and my team kind of looks good. So I'm really confused if I actually try this year.
Well, did you mortgage your entire future for Josh Jacobs? Because if you didn't, you're not a contender.
Okay. But I have Kyler Murray, Jonathan Taylor, Jamar Chase, Ramondre Stevenson, George Pickens, and who the hell did we just mention?
I mean, you're a game out of the playoffs.
Kenneth Walker. So. I have to play. I have to. I need a fucking tight end. Who wants Velus Jones for a tight end, please?
Hunter Henry, baby.
Oh God. Carrington selling B-Rob right now and taking the guy to the woodshed. Si, senor.
Yes.
From G, trade Zeke for Gabe Davis. He also says, or Zeke/Pickens for Gabe Davis / Tyler Boyd.
If you trade Zeke, get anything for him at this point.
Yeah.
He's living on touchdowns. That's it.
Yeah, I would. I would rather have Tyler Boyd.
That was Gabe Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I'd rather have either of them. But if you're between Gabe Davis, Tyler Boyd, I'd rather Tyler Boyd.
I disagree with my cohorts here. I'm not trading Zeke I'm not trading even an RB2 for a wide receiver 2.
Okay, so again, just a reminder how the season's gone for Ryan so
everything
far.
Joe says is right.
Dang, so Ryan, it's weird. If you actually you'd have to double your upside wins to match me. That's strange.
I'm just saying, what is Zeke right now? The RB20, RB19, and we're just giving him up for Gabe Davis.
That's likely going to keep him out this week. So
Tyler Boyd. I'm not giving him. I want Tyler Boyd,
the wide receiver 17. So literally apples for apples, but we're giving up running backs for wide receivers that you probably got in the 12th round of your draft are free on waivers because you can get wide receivers.
Draft capital doesn't matter heading into week 8, Ryan.
But what I'm getting at is you can go get another Tyler Boyd right now. Go get Paris Campbell.
That's not another Tyler Boyd. You have Sam fucking Ellinger as the quarterback. Paris Campbell is not Tyler Boyd.
We said the same thing about same thing about PJ Walker and DJ Moore. It looks like a stud.
Hold on.
In one game.
Hold on. I am not here for the Sam Ellinger slander because he may or may not be in my upside list.
Yeah, I know. That'll be your one loss for the week.
Because, I need to start getting bolder with a couple of these. So
we know you're taking the easy way out.
I mean, Randy, I'm going to answer for everybody. This is a resounding win. You get a Monroe St. Brown and Jacoby Myers, I think, for Mixon. I mean, we just talked about how he's leaning on touchdown upside here. Yep. And his efficiency is kind of bum. And you also have ETN and Walker to play ahead of Mixon.
Love it.
It's a huge win. You're just nerve-wracking at running back.
Yeah, you're losing running back depth. The issue was not the quarterbacks. The issue was that we ran a zone defense 110% of the time. The quarterbacks was not the story of the game. The only reason they were the story is because Mac Jones fucked up on the first 3 drives and then Zappy came in, which, hell yeah, go Zappy. But as I'm sitting there in section 126, watching this game unfold, I'm sitting there. And me, a lowlife who does not have the coaching background of a Steve Belichick, of a Gerard Mayo, I sat there and said, you know what's weird? Maybe we should run cover 2 contain with a quarterback spy. You know what happened when we ran cover 2 contain with a quarterback spy for the 3 fucking plays we ran it? Fields throws an interception and 2 incompletions. It's almost like if you force the guy to throw the football in the pocket, he can't throw it. Correct me if I'm wrong. This isn't fucking rocket science. It's so angering. It is so stupid. We all could coach better. All of us. Oh. Also, no. Bailey Zappi needs to start. I stand by that statement. Bailey Zappi gives them more hope to win. We're back to Carrington. Is Cooks a buy low in Dynasty in hopes of him being traded? Could you imagine Brandon Cooks being? Would that be like the 17th team he's been on at this point in his career?
Definitely feels that way.
No,
I feel like they would have traded Cooks already if they were going to trade him. There would have to be some crazy offer to come in at this point. And I mean, I just don't. Who's going to buy the Chargers or Seattle? The losses at wide receiver, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to buy. So. I mean, I wouldn't hate like a 3rd round pick. He's still in his late 20s. Like he still has some years on him.
And if he ended up in Los Angeles, the Chargers make him super interesting. I mean, I'm always a Brandon Cooks guy, so he's always a buy low to me. Go get Brandon Cooks.
If you can get him for a 3rd round pick, I'm good with that. Even a late 2nd, that's fine.
I love the target share for Cooks this year, but even if he gets traded, I'm not expecting him to be like some instant success story. I'm just kind of shying away at this point because he's eventually going to become dead weight very, very quickly. And it could be as quickly as you acquire him. So
it's fair. Caden, the Colts fan, 12-man PPR team. I think he's a lefty golfer. That's impressive. Brady Cook, Derrick Henry, CeeDee Lamb, Chris Godwin, Dallas Goedert, DeAndre Hopkins. Anything you should do. I mean,
Brady.
Quarterback.
Can you insert yourself at the quarterback position is the question. I mean, honestly, quarterback's really the big one. and we'll get to it later for Ryan's stream of the week, but I would venture to say I'm going to probably agree with most of Ryan's streams in terms of the top 5 over Brady. He's just
I say the Thursday game fucks things up a little bit. I don't hate Brady this week. I don't even know that I would go a stream over Brady this week. The streams are pretty questionable this week as well. So
I'll be honest. I've got a couple leagues where I'm really kind of down and out, and the one guy that I've been looking to grab at quarterback is Justin Fields. Believe it or not, he's been QB4 the last 3 weeks. After this week, he's got 3 really good matchups. I was just gonna say keep him
this
up that
week
way.
Is rough for Justin Fields. So.
Yeah, like this obviously isn't the week you play Justin Fields, but the following 3 after that, you could very well have a top 10 quarterback. Top 5 even because of how much he's been rushing of late.
He just needs to protect the football, which will come up later in the show.
So it's I mean, do any of the defenses he plays over the next 4 weeks ever play a cover 2 spy? Because if they do, he's inefficient. It's very, very clear he's inefficient. So
I don't know, Joe. Let me pull up the
let's
Bears
see.
schedule and we can find out.
We're gonna find out.
I know it's a very rush-friendly schedule after Dallas.
Yeah. Kyler Murray, Derrick Henry.
Yeah, they've got Dallas this week.
Mm-hmm.
Then they play home to Miami.
Terrible defense.
Home to Detroit.
Worst defense in the league.
At Atlanta.
My boy Troy Anderson. They're gonna put him
Troy
as
Anderson
the spy.
There you go.
Look out.
Spy.
No, they literally. There's no. I mean,
that's
Richie Grant can play a spy, but
then but then again, like after that, the next 4 weeks are Jets, Packers, Eagles, Bills.
The only thing that
that's
worries
what I'm saying.
me,
like he could be a nice little bridge for you in
I
those
like
3
him.
weeks. But
the only thing that worries me about Miami is they blitz. They tend to blitz. So,
but that's the thing is like even when New England was bringing pressure, he was able to get out of the pocket.
We did not bring pressure. Let's get
Judon had 2.5 sacks.
I was just gonna say Matthew Judon almost single-handedly cost me a fantasy match.
Yeah. Judon, we didn't send more than 4 people. It was Matthew Judon playing hero ball, and also Judon did not have a great game. He was out of position on multiple run plays. So yes, the stat sheet looked good for him.
In position on multiple QB sacks.
on multiple QB sacks. Dude allowed multiple first downs because he was out of position on runs.
And to bolster your point, I watched the game. They sat him most of the second half. So I wonder if it was a thing with Belichick saying, we're not out here for you. We're out here for us.
Anthony Jennings played the run better than Matthew Judon. That's saying a lot when Anthony Jennings had a snap share of like 10% walking into this game.
Yeah, I was looking for Judon on every play because, again, he was costing me a matchup, but it all worked out in the end.
Dog shit. Okay. Ethan, I've had your question up for it feels like eternity, so here we go. Kyler, Henry, Mixon, Mike Evans, Gabe Davis, Dallas Goedert, Tony Pollard, Cuckoo, Pat's defense. What should I do? Is 2 and 5, 10 man. Something has to change. So do you think he has Amari Cooper as well? I mean, your wide receiver 2, I would say, is not the strongest in the world.
If it's PPR, though, well, I'll say if it's PPR, there is consistency issues, but Cooper is a nice wide receiver, too, in PPR.
Yeah, I think putting Cooper in is fine. And they play Cincy this week. Cincy is not a good secondary.
Awuzie has been playing really well.
They're slowing down fantasy wide receivers. Yeah. I think they're 5th best against fantasy wide receivers right now.
They are, but then they're also like allowing these random 75-yard touchdowns to Damiere Byrd. So then that really makes me.
Well, that's the Anthony Schwartz touchdown for the Browns this week.
But it's confusing.
Donovan Peoples-Jones, Ryan, get it right.
Well, no, I was moving it all the way down to the 3rd wide receiver if it's Damiere Byrd scoring a touchdown.
I mean, if it's Damiere Byrd's more like the 5th receiver. So if you could tell me the 5th.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, Cleveland doesn't run 3 wide receiver sets here.
No, not at all. Yeah, I'll give a touchdown to DPJ.
No,
I'm starting him in a league.
Cleveland runs Nick Chubb on the first drive, sees how well he's doing, and then sits him for the rest of the game.
There's not going to be a whole lot you can. Yeah, there's not going to be a whole lot you're going to be able to do here. Maybe package Cooper and Gabe to go get a better wide receiver.
I was going to say you could even do package Mixon and one of the wide receivers to get a better running back, somebody a little bit more consistent. I mean,
I don't know if
kind of
I'm
go that
going.
route, but
I would personally upgrade the second receiver position if you're going to do anything. I'm okay with Cooper being at the 2. It's a 10-man 2. I have to imagine someone's probably out there on waivers that can do something for you, because it's a 10-man league. Unless your benches are super deep, in a 10-man league, I have to feel like there's got to be someone out there that could potentially help you. It's going to be it's going to be a revolving door, maybe between Gabe Davis, Amari Cooper, and then X person. But I have to imagine there has to be someone out there to at least put on your bench to help you out at points.
You just need Kyler Murray to look like last week Kyler Murray and not early season Kyler Murray. So.
Yeah. Bambo, great name. Just did a mega deal. Thoughts? Traded Debo, Keenan, Kareem Hunt, Pat Freiermuth, and Rondale Moore. Holy shit. And Romeo Doubs for Justin Jefferson, Mark Andrews, Jalen Waddle, and Rex Burkhead. Okay, at glance, the Justin Jefferson.
Robbery.
Yeah, like Justin Jefferson, Mark Andrews, Jalen Waddle. What did they just feel like? Oh, I'm robbing you, so I'm going to give you Rex Burkhead. Like, why was he? Even
where was right? That's a very fair point. Why is Burkhead involved in this?
But
trade?
I mean, let's just go right. Let's just go even it out here. So tight end to tight end, Pat Freiermuth or Mark Andrews. Thank you for answering.
Yeah, you owe me 3 players to make that trade to consideration.
I'm just gonna pair up the 2 receivers, Debo Samuel and Keenan Allen, or Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson.
Yeah,
Jefferson at this point.
Lot.
And then Rondale Moore and Romeo Doubs or Jalen Waddle.
Yeah,
big win.
This is a lot of take all of these guys. I need to fill out some holes in my roster, and you can have my good players. Like,
because
somebody's trading for flex depth here.
You can't convince me that the team with
trade.
Justin Jefferson, Mark Andrews, and Waddle didn't have a winning record. So I don't even think this is collusion.
Well, I don't know. That team that just popped up said they were 2-5. That didn't look like a 2-5 team to me.
Hold on. They had Rex Burkhead. That was the issue. They now have gotten rid. Also, I'm not gonna lie. Is Rex Burkhead and Kareem Hunt at this point almost comparable? Like, if it doesn't...
Hunt's playing a little bit better than you think he is, and Burkhead has fallen off. They actually fed Daria Ogunbowale last week. So.
Try his name again.
And his next comment, Joe, fucking perfect. Desperate
close.
for depth, and he used the salesman pitch. Trading for flex depth. There you go.
Dare Ogunbowale.
Are you sure?
1,000% am I positive. It is Ogunbowale, and they have said it like that on every broadcast.
Yeah,
3 years ago when he was fucking relevant?
Yeah, as a Buccaneer, Dare Ogunbowale.
Okay,
he was a returner for the Jaguars last year.
It's been a long time for me.
Dare Ogunbowale.
Boom, you did
It's not like they said Bobby Okereke 2 years ago. Now it's Okereke. It's not like Shaquille Leonard or Darius Leonard is now Shaquille Leonard.
Well, he changed his name. That's flat out. That was him. So
and Clyde Edwards Lair, like Tony Romo says. It sounds like he's pushing out a kidney stone. Like, you don't need to emphasize the E that much. Zachary, keep the Ravens defense or pick up the Colts, maybe the Jags. Ravens play in Tampa Bay. The Colts are at home against Washington. The Jaguars have a home game essentially.
Yeah, London
in Denver, or against Denver. I have the Jags. Spoiler: I have the Jags as top 10 defense as my upside this week.
Colts are my stream of the week.
I would rather the Colts or the Jags.
I suck at defenses, so
I'd rather the Colts or the Jags.
Yeah, Baltimore's now here's the thing. Baltimore's defense has been interesting this season because they actually haven't scored that well, even though they've given up a ton of points. What makes me more interested in Baltimore is, are they going to get after Tom Brady tomorrow night? But then they also have the Saints next week who turn the ball over a ton. So you're kind of playing the 2-week play with Baltimore. It's a coin toss like it always is with defense. Basically, when I look at defenses, I want to know, can they score a touchdown? And the Ravens could very much score a touchdown this week. I'm fine with just running Baltimore so you can start them again next week.
Okay. Dice Dealer asking, are there any better stashes on your IR than Cordero Patterson or Jamison Williams? And probably not.
Probably not better. I mean, you could look at Kyron Williams as well, potentially coming back. And those are really the top three.
I still think they're going to activate him this week, though I'm getting zero confirmation.
Could very well be it. There you go.
From Bambo, what do you guys think Waddle and Henderson can get me RB-wise in a trade?
I mean, Waddle's wide receiver 7 on the season.
Don't trade Waddle.
Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to move Waddle, but if I'm trading Waddle and a running back, I'm looking to get a top 5 guy, like trying to get a Derrick Henry, trying to get a Christian McCaffrey, trying to get
everybody wants to trade Josh Jacobs now, so maybe go after Josh Jacobs.
Go get Josh Jacobs. Absolutely go get
Josh I'm seeing it in all of my redraft leagues. Like he is going on all these trade blocks, and I'm making offers on every single one of them. So
go get Jacob.
I've subsequently in 2 different dynasty leagues traded him in one that I'm rebuilding and traded for him in one that I'm trying to compete in.
How much did you pay for him in the one you're trying to compete in?
I gave up Najee and 2/3 for Jacobs.
Okay. What? That's just really
big win for you, big loss for me.
Yeah, because you gave up. Who'd you give up for the player?
2 1s, baby.
Najee.
Yeah, 2 Najee and 2 firsts.
No. I didn't give up any players. I gave up 2 1s for Josh Jacobs, and Josh just got him for Najee and 2/3. So.
I thought you gave up a player as well. So.
No. Just flat out bought him.
Tanner's asking, what wide receiver or receivers could I get when packaging CeeDee Lamb and Michael Thomas?
You're not going to get much from Michael Thomas these days.
Yeah,
I was going to say, I think you just leave it as is.
I don't think there's a deal there unless you have a Cowboys fan who happens to have a player you want. But I mean, Lamb is wide receiver 13. You're not going to be able to take a big step up. And to be honest, the guys who are ahead of him are not guys I'm looking to trade for.
Yeah. I mean, Marquise Brown's hurt. Mike Williams is hurt. Christian Kirk's been ineffective. Debo is a huge fucking question mark right now with Christian McCaffrey coming in and potentially stealing some of that rushing advantage. And then you're looking at Jalen Waddle, Devontae Adams, Justin Jefferson. You're not getting any of those guys for CeeDee Lamb and MT, in my opinion.
Irv Smith, Dalton Schultz.
Irv Smith, 1,000%.
Okay, that was an easy one. From Lee, I haven't seen Lee in a while. Gasecki's Week 6 game a fluke because Tua wasn't there. This league has developed a new tradition of sending picks to our opponents, flipping them off when someone scores a touchdown. Nice. That's sweet. Yeah, I mean, very clearly when Tua Tagovailoa is in the lineup, he doesn't like Mike Gesicki.
I was going to say, first of all, any good tight end game is a fluke this season. So.
For Gesicki. Well, yeah, also for in general. But
yeah.
No, I don't think it's that Tua doesn't like throwing to him. I just think that Tua's main goal is he wants to get the ball in the hands of the guys that are going to do something after the catch, and that's not Mike Gesicki's game.
Yeah, you need red zone touches. How many of his? All 3 of his touchdowns are inside the 20. So you need things to break his way, and I think this is a big Raheem Mostert week. So you don't want him this week.
Cousins against Arizona or Tugboat in Detroit, Josh.
Tagovailoa.
Ryan.
Give me Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk Cousins. 2 is bad, so
doesn't matter. I want his weapons.
Don't care that it's Detroit. Don't care at all. Terrible quarterback. Squids Giant Chode. Double clap for that. What it do, baby? Would you drop Hurst for Schultz? Got Waller in there now, but who knows with that hammy? Yet no, do not drop Hayden Hurst.
Dalton Schultz is on waivers. In all honesty,
do not drop Hurst.
Yeah, it's a bad week for Schultz too. Why can't I just blanked on who they're playing. Chicago's actually very good against the tight end. So I don't know that it's going to be a great Dalton Schultz week. I actually hate Waller this week as well, but I like Hurst. So you want to go Hurst.
They're so good against the tight end. They held Jonnu Smith to no catches. So actually 1 catch. So when you think about
Hunter Henry caught one, didn't he?
He did. Almost dropped it, but he caught one.
Yeah.
Cole Kmet also caught one. Not in the end zone. To everyone's surprise. So we are now 7 weeks of football in, and Cole Kmet has yet to score. So anxiously awaiting.
Hey, he was tight end 15 one week. our friends were victory lapping that on Twitter, and I called them out.
Victory lapping tight end 15.
Yep, almost exactly word for word what I wrote, and I kind of looked like an asshole for doing it because we're friends with these people, but I am who I am.
Wait, what? Cole Kmet, tight end 15?
Yeah, that week where he had a great week, they're like, hey, at least Cole Kmet. You know what? Kelly knows I love her. Kelly was like, hey, everybody who was hyping up Cole Kmet, today's the day to take your victory lap. He had, 6 catches for 50 yards or whatever. And so I jumped in and was like, oh, are we victory lapping tight end 15 finishes? And then Linda jumps in, fucking Kelly jumps in. They're like, hell yeah, we are. I love you girls. Cole Kmet ain't it.
Facts.
Tough. You know what's tough when Jonah Smith has actually had a better fantasy week than Cole Kmet this year? So, tough times.
Yeah.
Oh, you hate to see it. Okay. We have so many damn questions.
I'm not going to lie. I know we do our show sheet. This has been my favorite show we've done so far.
I'm literally going to have to just go through the entire show sheet in 10 minutes. So
whatever.
At least give us an elevator pitch on one of them, dude.
Nope. I refuse. I'm going to make the elevator pitches for you because it is way funnier when I make the elevator pitches for you. It is just so much funnier. Is this a question? They're not playing the Jets.
Yeah, I saw this too.
I saw it. I'm like, wait, is this a question? I literally had to look at the schedule and I'm like, no, the Bucks play the Ravens this week. Elixirs, you're throwing us some curveballs, homie.
Elixir, are you high? Are you high? What is this question?
I just looked. They don't play the Jets.
No, they
at all.
They don't play the NFC
this season. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. I think he's asking which one of those two he should play.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah, that's why I started.
Oh, the Jets defense. Yeah. Dude, fuck the Pats offense. The Jets defense. Fuck Mac Jones. Are you kidding me? Oh
my God. I can't believe how long it took us to realize what he was asking.
Smash, dude. You know the game Smash or Pass? Smash the Jets defense.
I just appreciate the clarification.
Also, okay. Elixirs, listen, there's no need to yell, okay?
Yeah, you don't have to call us Jesus. We're going to answer your question.
No need to yell.
It's the Jets, buddy.
This is a no, right? Lenny and Singletary for Waddle and Henderson?
Oh.
No. Yeah, okay. So yeah, but like Bambo, like you are in a really good situation. Like go get a top 5 guy. 100% just ask for a single top 5 guy for Waddle and Henderson. Just see.
And this is coming from Josh, who is actually Josh has.
I do like Lenny rest of season.
I was just going to say you like Lenny.
I'm at a point right now that there's really only because of the injuries, there's like 6 running backs that I'm actually willing to trade for. At this point, I'm plugging and playing whatever running back I can find on the bottom of my roster or on waivers as a wide receiver too, and I'm just trotting out wide receivers. This is the year of the wide receiver. Running backs are just dying right now. Like just dying.
Yes. From Ethan, who's a wide receiver I get with the package? Gabe Davis and Amari Cooper, or who's the running back I get with the package of Joe Mixon and Gabe Davis? Gabe Davis and Cooper, you're probably looking at a wide receiver 2, right? Somewhere in the wide receiver 2 range, and then Joe Mixon, Gabe Davis.
Oh yeah, this is what we were just talking
high
about.
RB2, right? High RB2. I mean, that's what I would. That's what I would think would be fair.
Well, here's what I'd throw out. Based on how everybody's talking, you may want to take a look at Jalen Waddle. It seems like he is way more available than I would expect him to be based on all these trades we're seeing tonight. That's what I'm saying. I'm just seeing his name come up, and that's the shit. That's a thing I do. I mean, honestly, when I do our show, I'm just as much trying to win my fantasy football matchups and when you guys mention all these players that are being shopped, I'm like, oh, that probably means somebody in one of my leagues is willing to trade that guy. So I take notes and go make offers on these players. And I'm seeing Waddle's name way too much, just far too much. So I would maybe go attack Waddle on that Gabe Davis, Amari Cooper package.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that. And real quick too, I saw we're at 461 subs. It might be higher now, but we're 39 from 500. And if you're subscribed and you win our little fancy wheel of winning, you will be the winner, and you get to choose between 3 different items. Nick Chubb signed jersey, Mark Andrews signed helmet, and another thing. And a Stephon Diggs jersey. So you get to choose between those 3. And just make sure you're subscribed to the YouTube channel. You're automatically entered to win.
If your subscription, or if your profile is not public, please DM one of us on Twitter or the Club Fantasy handle at Club Fantasy FFL. Just want to make sure that you all are included in the wheel. And obviously this way we know how to get rid of you, or get in touch with you. Excuse me.
Get rid of you.
That was a bad slip. Holy crap.
Get rid of you.
Get rid of the merchandise. There you go. I got to send it somewhere.
Nope. Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Everyone unsubscribe. We don't want to give any of it away.
Have we confirmed that the people who've won our jerseys in the past are still alive? I feel like Josh may be killing them.
Yeah, I got rid of all of them. They're
going to be a Netflix special soon.
What's the Josh packs all the packages with arson, right? Is that what you can lace an envelope with?
Arsenic is burning a building down.
Same thing. Exact same thing. No difference. Absolutely no difference. Tell me the difference. You can't.
Oh my God.
There's absolutely no difference.
Oh,
Arsenic, arson, exact same thing. Literally the exact same thing. You're telling me. So arson, burning down a building, right? You had an IC to the end of it, and it's a silent killer.
Spelled
really?
Correctly.
Fuck English.
O-N-E-N.
Kearney traded Chubb, DK, and Waddle for Cup, W, or L. I don't like it.
I don't hate it. Waddle's a league winner, but Chubb's rough to get rid of, which is weird.
I mean, especially giving up Chubb and Waddle, that's oof.
Yeah,
clearly we're going to call this an L, but it could work out really well for you.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, it's Cooper Kupp. I mean, in any given week, he could outscore all 3 of those guys.
And he's the only one who's had his bye in this entire group. So
correct.
Yeah. Back to Caden. Would you trade Brady and Keenan for Dak to stack him with CD? I mean, at this point, yes.
Why would not?
I would trade Brady for a freaking bag of Doritos.
I would say if you could package another wide receiver that's not Keenan, maybe try that first. I don't know who your whole roster is, but Keenan could really pop coming out of this bye week. So.
Who would you rather?
He could pop that hamstring, one or the other. So
who would you rather?
Hate you so much for saying.
Fuck you. Yeah, literally. I'm about to tell a funny joke, and you're just...
I'm about to send you arson in the mail.
Yeah. Molotov cocktail with arsenic. Would you rather have Brady or a great value bag of Cheetos? But like off-brand Cheetos.
They're such a great value.
They're not a great value. They're not a great value. They're not. They're really not. Okay, Brady or knockoff Oreos.
No, the worst. I'll take Brady.
Thank you. All right. Bambo, you guys waking up at 9:30 a.m. for Sunday? Huh. Joke's on you, idiot. I wake up at 8:30 because I'm in the Central Time Zone.
Ooh. And I wake up at
6
every morning because it's how I am, and I'm an old person.
I wake up for work at 7:30 every morning, so it's a constant vicious cycle I can't break.
I will unfortunately be waking up for that game, so that's what it is.
I work on my rankings.
I'm a degenerate, Bam. So yeah.
I love that. So I just love that I'm calling the new people idiots. So welcome to the show. Yeah. It's gonna happen every week.
Every week.
I don't mean it personally.
He doesn't even know you.
Yeah. Little do.
Just don't give him your address.
You'll get arson. You'll get arson in the mail. Yeah. Dice Dealer, half PPR. Hurts, Barkley, Walker, J-Rob, CD, Pittman, DJ, Scary Terry, Gallup. Too many wide receiver 3 to 4 to name. Irv, Disley, 3 4. What I confused by the question.
Confused.
You have a good team. The James Robinson trade works out very well for you.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
honestly, I would use this opportunity to get rid of James Robinson personally, but it's just me.
Yeah, you might.
Maybe package Terry and or Moore. It'd be interesting to take James Robinson, Moore, and Terry and see what you could turn that into. It's a hell of a team, though.
Yeah.
Oh, your record is 3-4. That's pretty interesting. You need a tight end. I wonder if any of the elite tight ends will move, but this is a great week for Irv. So
yeah. Squid's Giant showed back out. He lost by 1.3 last week.
Oof.
Up by 7 had the Pats D, and he had Jacoby. I'm taking it to the grave. That fumble was on Myers, not Zappy. Put it right in his bet. Oh, they gave it to Zappy? Really?
Oh.
Yeah, that was 1,000% on Myers.
Agreed. I thought it was too. That's why I was expecting those negative points on Myers, and I saw they gave it the other way. I was like, what?
I was very angry when they called that play. It was stupid.
I needed it to not be Ramondre Stevenson, and I missed the fumble, and I saw Stevenson on the bottom of the pile and thought it just cost me my matchup, but he was just trying to recover. So I was pretty happy how it all went down.
It was Jacoby. Good joke, Elixirs. Ha ha ha. I don't even want to read it. Stupid. He has Ingram. Hurst is on waivers. Another league I have Ingram and Irv is on waivers.
Irv.
Honestly, I would get Irv and Hurst. I mean, yep. I'm fine with Ingram's target share, but he's not converting it really. Irv, this is the week for him. Like, he's going to pop this week. And Hurst has been consistent. He's a top 10 tight end, and again, one of the best offenses in the league. So
if Jonnu Smith can catch a deep ball against the Cleveland Browns, so can Hayden Hurst. I believe. Trade Waddle, London for D-Hop and Keenan Allen. No.
I get the idea of wanting to move on from London. I harped on this on the Monday show. Just hold tight, because right now you're not getting good value for him. I would so much rather prefer Waddle to DeAndre Hopkins or Keenan Allen. Don't give up the best piece in the deal unless you absolutely have to. In this case, you do not have to.
Okay. Is Chubb going to start doing bad because of the schedule? I mean, you're looking at Cincy should be a pretty even game. Miami is not a worry whatsoever. Bills is a worry because they just might get out ahead of Cleveland early on, and that might be your worry. But Bucks, Texans, Bengals, Ravens, Saints, Commanders. The only worry for me is the Bills
to close it out. Like,
yeah, but that's irrelevant. That's week 18. That's irrelevant.
Yeah. Don't worry. He literally has one hard defense in that whole spiel. So
yeah, no, you absolutely totally fine. I mean, literally the only reason he started doing bad is because Kevin Stefanski won't play him. That's it. So from Bambo again, should maybe try Waddle and Henderson for Jonathan Taylor, or maybe Chubb or Dameon Pierce, another piece. I like Chubb.
I would say Pierce and another piece, maybe. I wouldn't go straight up for Pierce, but if you could get JT or Chubb on that trade, absolutely.
Yeah.
I would definitely prefer Chubb to JT. I'm just going to throw that out there.
At this point, yes, just because it just feels more consistent. But
I know. I feel like everybody's still caught up in RB1 JT. I don't think he's a top 5 running back the rest of the season. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay. Caden, Wandale, and Brady for Dak. That's more like
100%.
That's more
all
like
day.
Yep, that's more like it. Other league running backs are looking like Dame Pierce, Travis Jr., Travis Kelce, and K9. Pretty right?
ETN. No, Travis Etienne Jr.
Yeah.
So you said Kelce, but okay.
Did I say Kelce? Oh,
yeah.
Well, anyway, great job at running back.
At least I tell our subscribers to go fuck themselves. So, pretty solid running backs.
No,
this is why we give stuff away to the people. We have to make it up for
keep all of those running backs.
Yeah, you look good.
ETN has his bye next week, and then K9 is, I think, the week after. You have a perfect stack on running back bye weeks. You're good.
Yep. Aaron Jones or waiver wire pickup. Aaron Jones. You got to.
I hate Aaron Jones this week. Though I would need to. I'm gonna be honest. I got to see your waivers. I hate Aaron Jones this week, but I would probably start Aaron Jones.
Chubb and Gallup for Waddle and Henderson. I mean, we were just talking about getting just Chubb straight up, so now you're throwing Gallup in the mix.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. 100%.
I hate it. I
don't care for
really
Gallup.
Don't trust Gallup. Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Waddle and Hendo for Chubb is the trade. So accept that immediately and then do what you will with Gallup.
Yeah,
so.
Very strange. She is willing to just give up another person So,
yep.
Or she, don't want to assume. Yeah. Okay. And now 55 minutes into the show, ladies and gentlemen, we will actually get to the show sheet that Joshua Hudson works so hard on every single week. Okay. I will be making the statements this week. So take that for what you will. First off, Josh shouldn't even be making upside statements because he went 0-3
really
again
should
last
not.
week. So
I had to go with some easy ones this week, though.
Okay. I mean, yeah, sure. Irv Smith, top 5 tight end against Arizona. He said he needed an easy win, which obviously means Irv Smith is not going to catch the football. PJ Walker, top 12 this week against Atlanta. And Derrick Henry, top 3 running back this week in Houston. It's Houston. We don't really need to explain much more. Ryan, 2-1 last week, 5-16 on the season. Congratulations on joining the win column, my friend. Look at you go.
Keep in mind, I was 0 for 6 going into that. So.
Yes, you got 40% of your wins last week, so congratulations. Andy Dalton repeats as a top 5 quarterback against Vegas, either him or Jameis for scoring purposes.
Well, Jameis isn't playing, so
okay.
It'll be Dalton.
Raheem Mostert, you guessed it, scores 2 touchdowns, which means he will not find the end zone.
Chase Edmonds week.
I mean, at this point, with that, it's Salvin. All right,
I gotta hit waivers now. I gotta go grab Chase Edmonds everywhere.
Yeah. Both A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith finish inside the top 12 against Pittsburgh. Myself, 2-1 last week, 10-11 on the season. Michael Carter, top 15 against the Pats. The Jags defense, top 10 against Denver. And probably my wildest pick of the season, Sam Ehlinger, top 15 against the Commanders.
Ooh.
I mean, I get it's a good matchup. Sam Ehlinger is not good at football.
Hey. Shut up. Shut up. Listen. You want to know the last guy that came in as a University of Texas quarterback, filled in as a backup for a team that just needed a quarterback for the week? You want to know who that was? Colt fucking McCoy. And you want to know how good he is on the first week that he fills in? What did I tell you last year? He is unbelievable the first week and then looks like an absolute pile of dog shit the next week that he starts. They don't have any tape on Sam Ehlinger. I am riding the no tape University of Texas. That is the only thing I'm going off of.
I like it.
I love it. Light me up, baby. The Commanders defense is not good. Let's go. Here we go. Downsides. Josh, you were 2-1 last week, 14-6 in the season. JT was RB20 exactly. L. Tough. You have T-Law outside the top 20 against Denver in London. David Montgomery outside the top 24 against Dallas. Terry McLaurin outside top 30 this week against Indianapolis. Ryan, you were 1-2 last week. 10-10 even on the season with 1 tie. We actually all have 1 tie. Go us. Justin Fields turns the ball over 4 times against Dallas.
That's bold.
Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon combined for fewer than 15 fantasy points against Buffalo.
Not as bold.
No touchdowns for Darren Waller or George Kittle. Okay, there you go.
Well, the hamstring may not play, so
yeah.
Okay, good.
Half a win right there. 2-1 last week. Breece Hall was on his way to giving me an L, but he didn't.
Shouldn't get a win for injuries.
He took that L himself.
Oh, stop! I'm in so much pain already, dude. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I saw that run and I said audibly out loud, I'm like, well, there goes my downside. And then I saw him get injured and I'm like, okay.
I missed the injury. In one of my leagues, Michael Carter got traded for a 2 in the middle of the draft or in the middle of the game. And I go, did Breece Hall die? Like, I completely had no idea. And then my whole league was like, yeah, basically. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Myself, I'm going Steelers receivers combined for less than 20 points against Philly.
I can see that.
That's every Steelers receiver.
That's a ballsy call right there.
I don't think it's that ballsy, dude. Our secondary has been lit this year.
And Kenny Pickett is bad. He's bad. So, yeah. 2 outside the top. I'm definitely a lot bolder this week on the downsides. 2 outside the top 12 against the worst defense in the NFL.
That's rough.
I'm still riding the 2 it sucks train. So, and then Lamar outside the top 12 against Tampa. He has been terrible against the Blitz.
Bad.
the last 3 weeks, and Tampa blitzes 32% of the time. And
oh my God, Joe pulled out numbers. Holy shit.
oh, I just saw that while I was indoor golfing today. And
I was hoping you were about to be like, plus their left tackle has a bruised knee and Tampa's left side blitz is the most 86% efficient.
Well, I did watch. Why would I fucking do that? I did watch the games with my buddy last week, and he's a Ravens fan, and he says Patrick McCarry is the worst offensive lineman in the history of the NFL. So that makes me feel good, and he's a left tackle. No, I mean, we've seen when Todd Bowles knows when he plays a quarterback that's bad against the blitz, he's blitzing almost exclusively.
Yep.
And he won't even disguise it. He will just say, here you go, Lamar. I'm blitzing you. Good luck. That's essentially what he says. And you probably can't name me a better blitzing linebacker than Devin White in the NFL because he runs a 4-3. So talk about a guy who can just run down Lamar if he tries to escape the pocket. I feel good about.
That's the part that's interesting is that Tampa can spy him pretty easily as well.
Easy. Quick questions. Let's fly through these before we get into streams. Worried about Dalton Schultz. He has Everett on a bye, but there's Otten, Harrison, Bryant, Irv Smith on waivers. We already talked about it. Irv Smith. I'll answer that question for you.
I hate Dalton Schultz this week. I really do. And Irv Smith is 100% the play.
Yeah. Drop Dalton.
Harrison Bryant, not a bad dart throw either.
I like Bryant as well. If you miss, but yeah, the Bears are giving up 5 fantasy points on average to the tight end right now. So
horns up for this week only. Horns down always. Horns up for this week only. Let's go. UT, baby. Future SEC champion, University of Texas right there. Put some respect on the burnt orange just for this week only. After that, we can go back to hating them. Do we think we should start James Conner, Tony Pollard, or Gus Edwards?
I'm all about the Gus bus, honestly.
Wasn't paying attention.
I mean, are we even sure that James Conner's going to play?
Yeah, I'm no on Conner, even if he does play.
Yeah.
And
I will Pollard, say, who's Dallas got?
Gus is actually super questionable for tomorrow night as well. I would actually go Pollard against Chicago after we saw what Ramondre did last week.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
for dump off
backs though.
Yeah, but in dump off, if they're gonna dump off to somebody, Ramondre had 8 catches.
Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, with Gus, you're essentially hoping for touchdowns because he's not catching any passes. So
that's fair.
And Czar brings up that Zeke is a little hurt too.
Yep.
Ayuk or Myers? Josh.
This week, I think I'm gonna go Ayuk. I know Myers doesn't really run outside, but even whether it's DJ Reed or DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner, one of these guys is going to be able to cover Myers. I really don't think he's going to have a good game. The Jets secondary as a whole has been really good this year.
You guys follow this more than I do. Not that we should show Jalen Ramsey any exorbitant respect or anything, but will Ramsey play with Debo or will Ramsey play a spot on the field?
Ramsey will play on one side of the field.
Okay.
Yeah, the Rams have been playing a lot of zone. I think they're like top 5 in the league in zone coverage for secondary. So Ramsey's going to be on one side, so it really does not matter. But the one thing that I do know, the 49ers have the Rams number in season. So I fully expect Ayuk to have a decent game.
I like Ayuk. So
I'll go Ayuk as well. Screw the Pats offense until further notice. I'm just angry. JT and Bateman, right?
I mean, come on. You are just taking this guy to the cleaners. Such a great trade for you. Yes, JT and Bateman.
Still would prefer Chubb, but I don't hate that because I think the upgrade from Gallup to Bateman is pretty significant.
Oh, wait. It was Chubb on the last trade, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Ooh.
Also, how'd the dude have JT and Nick Chubb?
Yeah, right? Damn.
See, I'm such a JT guy. I'm not contractually allowed to say that I would rather have Nick Chubb, but Josh would.
How about this? JT and Bateman for Waddle and Henderson, or Chubb and Gallup for Waddle and Henderson?
Well, yeah, I mean that's basically what he's boiling down to.
I mean,
if you can get Chubb and Bateman, I'd rather do that. Being honest.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen. So would you rather Chubb and Gallup or JT?
Well, let's be clear. This trade in general shouldn't be happening, so maybe it can happen.
Try Chubb and Bateman. I will go JT and Bateman.
Yeah, I'm a JT guy. Give me JT.
I mean, Colt's schedule is pretty friendly to running backs. I mean, he's got the Commanders this week, Patriots, Raiders, Eagles allow over 5 yards to carry to running back. Steelers can't stop a nosebleed. I mean, really, the most difficult matchups he's going to have are Cowboys and Giants. So
week 14 bye. You already have to sit Nick Chubb next week right after you get him. So
yeah. For Ryan's stream of the weeks at tight end, shockingly, if you had not heard his name enough in tonight's show, it is Irv Smith.
Irv Smith.
At the quarterback position, it is his government-given name, Daniel Dimes.
That's right.
Oh, it's Daniel Wheels now.
I do want to throw out, just real quick, Jones went for 100 yards rushing last week, and Kyler Murray did the same thing to Seattle 2 weeks ago. So this could be another big rushing game for Daniel Jones. So.
I know. I was playing against Daniel Jones. It was very painful to watch him. When I looked, I'm like, he has 91 fucking rushing yards against me? Seriously? Stupid. And then defense, Indy against Washington. Put some respect on my boy Heineke's name. I will not stand for any Heineke slander because I told you idiots that Carson Wentz is a bum and Taylor Heineke's better.
Is he though?
Yes, he is.
What did he do? I don't even remember.
I was about to say, I mean, outside of actually leading them to a win, that Wentz's stats and Heineke's stats really haven't been that much different all year.
200 yards, 2-1, and you'll love to see the turnover. So
he also throws a completion to Terry McLaurin on 3rd and long with his eyes closed. So
I was gonna say Heineke is great for Terry McLaurin. Don't get me wrong.
That's what I'm saying.
Not this week against Stephon Gilmore, but
meh. Washed.
Colts allow the fewest fantasy points per game to wide receivers this year.
Washed. But yes, I agree. In my P corner, my fade is Garrett Wilson. My play is Michael Carter. Michael Carter one's pretty obvious. I don't think they're going to run
Jack
James
Jones
Robinson.
legit.
Yeah, if there were two good things from the Patriots loss, it was the pair of Jones cornerbacks on the outside. I did not see Jonathan Jones get targeted once, and when he had lockdown coverage on St. Brown. And I don't even think I saw Jack Jones get targeted a single time.
So who was on St. Brown when he was catching all those damn passes?
They were in zone.
Obviously not. Oh, okay.
They were in zone. They didn't leave zone. Very rarely did they ever leave zone. And when they did, they normally had it. They didn't really have anyone follow. I think whoever Jack Jones came to his side, Jonathan Jones came to that side. That's who they had. But also in zone, no, Jack Jones was on lock. No one came near him. He was on lock. He was so good. And then Jonathan Jones too. He had a fantastic game. Granted, you're playing against high school wide receivers, so it shouldn't be that hard to cover them. But if there's one good thing about that game, it is the two Joneses. Talking props. Adam Thielen over 52.5 receiving yards. Ryan, you have Devin Singletary higher than 69. Nice. And a half total yards. You both are 4-3 on the season. So, and as always happens as we wrap up the show, there's 5 more questions. So, Swift in a second for James Robinson and Scary Terry in my first. This has Dynasty, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
mean, give me Swift. I mean,
I think I make that trade.
The only first round running back that's coming out that I want over Swift is Bijan. So unless that's the 101.
And you're probably making this trade to contend. So I was just going to say it's probably not the 101. So
yeah.
Yeah, I would probably go with Swift as well. I'm good there. From Patrick, trade Jamar Chase for Derrick Henry and A.J. Brown, lacking at running back, and he has Hurts.
Oh, okay. I have to say, the second I see the words trade Jamar Chase, the answer is almost certainly no.
Yeah, but if you're going to get that package for Jamar Chase, that's what you get for Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I'm fine with that trade if you're lacking at running back.
Yep. Dak owner countered for Dak and Claypool for Brady and Keenan Allen. He's asking if he smash accepts, especially if Claypool gets traded. Is he on the trade block?
Yeah.
Oh,
apparently,
great.
Rumors to Green Bay.
Oh, God. I'd rather him in fucking Pittsburgh than Green Bay. I mean, I think all of us say Dak over Brady.
Correct.
Yeah, but I don't think it's as big a gap as Keenan Allen over anybody else. So no, I don't make that trade.
I think you're better off at that point keeping Keenan Allen, hoping that he comes back and has a great second half, and just streaming your quarterback at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a fool, but I'm gambling on Keenan Allen every time. I just need him to gamble on that hammy a little bit.
Chase Claypool is terrible. I hate Chase Claypool. So
yeah, he's awful.
Yeah, definitely not in on Claypool. All right, friends. That's it.
What a show.
That was a lot of questions.
I know. Someone traded Michael
and one
Thomas
more
for Brandon Ayuk. Is that a W?
Yeah,
or no?
Ayuk all day.
Ayuk.
It's a W.
Michael Thomas might not play another snap this season.
Yeah. So. One of them's playing and the other's a bitch.
For him to.
So no, of course
that man is taking New Orleans to the fucking cleaners with that contract.
It's funny when you think back.
He's bordering on Chase Daniel level thievery in the NFL right now.
Well, it's funny when you think back to their like fractured relationship. Like maybe Thomas never got over it and has literally just been like, I'm just gonna fuck these guys.
Yeah.
Why not? Why not? Carrington says pineapple on pizza. No, but if you want to, like, I'm not angry, but no.
Yeah, I don't food
fruit, no bueno.
Eat whatever gross food you want.
Yeah. It's gross, but you can eat it. Sneaky Flex tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Down with IDP getting pushed to 8 p.m. Eastern. I will be there hosting with Jorge and Nate Markham. No Roxanne this week. Starts at different day, 11 a.m. Eastern. TBD. Oh, yes. TBD's back, folks. The best guess. TBD. A bunch of upcoming articles on the website that you can find at clubfantasyffl.com. You can follow us at clubfantasyffl on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. For Josh at the One Hudsonian, Ryan at the Fantasy 5, myself at Bismarck Larks, but realistically, it's at Joe _Zollo. Should Val's the GOAT trade Brady, McCaffrey, Amon-Ra for Kyler, CD, and Eckler? No.
Oh.
No. Correct?
No.
I mean, you're getting an upgrade at quarterback, an upgrade at running back, and maybe a slight downgrade at wide receiver.
I'm good with it.
Yeah, I would take CD, Eckler, and Kyler over those three.
No, McCaffrey's
You're getting the RB1 in a year when running backs suck. Give me the RB1.
Remember when people were saying to trade Austin Eckler? That was fun.
Well, thank God Vols' teammate or league mate listened to me.
Let's say, yeah. Remember people were saying to trade Austin Eckler, and like I think I was like, no, hold on to Austin Eckler, he'll be fine.
Yeah, it was a bad call. I'll take my L on that one all day.
You're taking some mad L's this year, and that's tough for you.
Am I?
Look at your upsides.
Oh my God, I go out on a limb every week for the entertainment of this show.
You go out on a limb. I
can't wait to see who's not going to score 2 touchdowns.
You moronically predict just predict one. Just predict one.
Where's the fun in that?
Oh
just so everybody knows, I bet 2 touchdown parlays now. This has become my thing. I am just bleeding money. Fucking FanDuel loves me.
Dang. I hope Marlia got a nice pay raise for your gambling addiction.
I hope she never watches this show so she doesn't know how much they're in. If FanDuel has knee breakers, they're coming after me. I'm in deep.
Ryan has a separate bank account specifically for this.
I found a 2 touchdown parlay last week.
No, you didn't.
That for $1 was going to pay me $800,000.
No, it was not.
Promise you.
What was it?
I don't even remember. It was like a 7-person 2 touchdown parlay. But I'm like, it could happen.
G did an N'Keal Harry first time touchdown and anytime touchdown. It was $15 to win 1,000. That's how terrible his odds were.
Oh, that's awesome.
His team's 6-1. Why? Like, don't you're like to me? You don't mess with that. You're 6-1.
But to Josh's point, you're technically upgrading everywhere except for Amon-Ra, and Amon-Ra hasn't helped you get there at all.
But you don't need a running back. He has ETN, Dameon Pierce.
But you need a quarterback, and do you believe in Kyler over Brady?
I'm not making the trade. You're 6.
Well, I mean, at that point, you're winning without the quarterback.
Exactly.
You are 6-1. Do not fuck up the recipe.
And Detroit's already had their bye.
don't mix the recipe. That's my belief. If you're 6-1, like if you're 2-5 and you maybe want to shake things up, sure. Like that's fine. But people in one of my leagues, they're asking me like I was 1-3 and everyone's making trades left and right. They're like, you're not going to trade anybody? You feel good about your team? I'm like, I have 3 top 15 scorers at each position. They're just fucking me over in some weeks.
Wait it out.
And now I'm 3-4. Like I'm in the playoffs if it ended today. You just have to wait. And to me, I wouldn't touch that.
Yeah, you don't mess with it.
I don't touch it. Penguin trade Pittman for Najee and Goddard in a deep PPR 16-man league. No. Najee does not move the needle, and any tight end can score as many points as Dallas Goedert on the waiver wire at any given point.
I don't know
about that in a
16-man.
Cole Kmet's out there.
Well, if you say that,
that's how you want to leave the show, Joe.
No, I don't know. It's like Chigozie Okonkwo was out there. He scored more than Cole Kmet.
I'm really curious to see how deep your wide receivers are in a 16-man league if you're trading Pittman and not getting a wide receiver back.
The deeper the league and then however many wide receivers you're starting, because Najee, even in a 16-man, is still not an RB1.
Yeah, no.
Barely an RB2 in that league.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I think you keep Pittman. I mean, maybe it's the scare of Matt Ryan's not his quarterback anymore, so what's going to look like with Ellinger? But I think
this is Paris Campbell's team now.
Shut up. Paris Campbell's team till he tears his ACL again. BT 49 180. 12-man Hurts, Jefferson, Amon-Ra, Olave, Godwin, McCaffrey, Pierce, Schultz. Congratulations. That is an A+ roster.
Fantastic team.
A+ roster.
That is
Schultz is your question just because it's going to be 50-50, but that's every tight end in fantasy football not named Andrews or Kelsey. So.
Val says he's trying to get a great receiver, but we just said that Amon-Ra is
and honestly, as much as I hate to say it, I think I'm going to ultimately end up being wrong on Juju. The targets are starting to translate for him now.
Shut up. Shut up.
So sometimes it's easier to just get ahead and say, I'm sorry.
Hold on. Ryan could take a victory lap. Miko Hardman, 3 touchdowns this past week.
Oh, I took that victory lap on Monday.
He did on Monday.
Don't you worry about
he did.
But Marquez Valdez-Scantling, still the deep threat.
Yes.
Still the deep threat. And he has Jefferson and Juju are his 1-2. So Pittman's the 3. I think you keep it. Yeah, and Squid's Giant Show to officially end the show. Full PPR, Bateman or Pickens. Pickens now, but seeing the entire Bucs secondary looks like they are out. No, I don't like any Steeler at all this week. I think Bateman.
This week I'm going Bateman if he plays. I know he's been questionable leading up to this game, but I think they've already started to rule players out, and Bateman has not been on that list, so I would ride with Bateman here. Pickens, like you said, Joe, I don't want to come across like a homer because, again, I am an Eagles fan, but we have shut down every freaking wide receiver. And Pickens is not on Justin Jefferson's level, and he was a ghost most of the game. So,
and that's why this one's Gabe Davis, because you're not playing Alec Pierce with Sam Ehlinger.
Correct.
There you go. All right. Now officially we are done. So I'm not going to go through my whole spiel again because I already did it. Always remember, defense wins championships. Offense wins fantasy football. And we will see you next week.